it's hard to not cry when you have your kids, you know. So, and with her, she's just like, that's my rock right there. So whenever I cry or something happens, she's just like, oh mommy, it's okay, you know, it's gonna be okay. And I'm just like, you know, I'm over it. Like, there's nothing I can do except for just do this day by day, and hopefully it'll get better. So once the welfare office did accept me and they did put me in the HSP program, then I was like, now I have an option to get out of this. Now I have a step to get out of this besides just trying to do this on my own. So I'm trying not to cry. Not the best ideal situation, but what else can I do? Some of it is like, it either may or may not be your fault to why you're in the situation. But it doesn't matter whose fault it is. You're in the situation, either you're trying to get out of it or you're not. So that's up to you. But as far as the shelter goes, yeah, they need to have something for people, even single dads who have their kids. It's not just single moms. There's dads that have their kids that don't have any drug addictions at all that are in the same situation. So it's like, yeah, there needs to be a shelter for everyone. And make sure that there's somewhere for the kids to be. And a lot of the time Salvation Army doesn't have anything, or people just don't want to have their kids around drug addicts because it's not safe. Like, what can you do? Like, what is it that you can do when you have children and you're on the streets? Take them to Salvation Army on a whole bunch of people that are just out of their minds? No. Like, it's not safe for us to do this, it's not safe for us to do that. CPS is on this, CPS is on that. You know, it's just, it's too much. So it's like, yeah, there needs to be somewhere for single parents with their children to go, whether that don't have any addiction. Like, that's just what it is. So they told me that there was a 3 to 6 month wait list. They said the wait list was closed, and in order for me to be on it, it would actually have to be an emergency. And I'm like, okay, but this is an emergency. Me and my kids are sleeping in our car. So they were like, okay, well, our wait list is closed. There's nothing we can do. I called, what is that, St. John's or whatever. And I called them before when I was pregnant with my daughter. And they told me that the only way they would help me is if I was fighting an addiction. So I'm like, so because of the fact that I'm not fighting an addiction, you can't help me. And they were like, well, if you're not on drugs or alcohol, then there's really nothing we can do for you. Like, I don't understand. How are you a shelter and you can't do anything? And there was like a few more places that said the same thing. If I'm not on drugs, then there's nothing they can do. A couple other places were like, well, are you going through domestic violence or anything like that? No, I'm not. So because of the fact that I'm not going through domestic violence, I can't get help from this person, or I can't do whatever this is, you know. So these are my kids. Nobody else does anything for them. Their dads don't pay me to do anything. My son's dad left and went to Mexico. Her dad's in jail. I do this on my own. And it's not because I have to. No, it's because this is what I was blessed with. Regardless, it doesn't matter what situation I'm in as long as I get them out of it. It has nothing to do with me. It's not about me. It's about them. I gotta figure it out. I gotta figure it out, because this isn't the situation that anybody wants to be in. I mean, there are some people to blame, but mainly I'm kicking myself in the ass because I could have got on a waiting list for some things when I did have a place, but that wasn't an option for me because I left out of state. So this is what I'm left with now that I came home. So, you know, just take it one day at a time. Yeah, it's gonna be stressful, but there's really nothing else I can do about it. I just have to do everything I can to make sure that we find somewhere. And then another thing is a lot of people, they have rooms for rent, but they don't want to rent to anybody with kids. So that's also an issue. Like, why would you sit here and post something about you having a room for rent, but you don't want to rent to nobody that has kids? And I also had somebody tell me that if I only had one kid, it wouldn't be an issue, but because of the fact that I have 2 kids, it's a problem. So, you know, it's hard all the way around.